Shay, take one.
I'm Shay, co-founder and CEO at Unframe. Wow. I just felt, AI is a big revolution, and I knew that companies would want to adopt it, and I knew they're going to struggle, and I felt uneasy about the fact that no one was offering them a way to do it that is very aligned with their interests. And so I wanted to build a company that its whole purpose was to give value rather than take value. And that was the seed of the idea. It's like, okay, all these enterprises are going to want to adopt AI. They're going to struggle. Do they have a route that is very aligned with their interests in doing so? How are they going to achieve that? And that led to Unframe. Initially, I thought about investing in a company that would do that. I didn't find an interesting prospect that was doing it, and it kept bugging me. And so at some point I was like, I guess it's gonna have to be me, and that's it. I saw it. When I spoke to others, I got answers that I really didn't like. People told me, the way that the AI revolution is going to turn out is that the existing SaaS vendors are going to add AI features and it's going to be solved that way. Looking at it today, how ridiculous that is. Exactly the opposite thing happens in the market now, right? All the SaaS is going down. Some folks told me it's like the mobile revolution. Everyone will just release an app and that will be it. I was like, you totally don't get it. And so maybe I looked a bit weird back then when I said, no, it's not going to go down that way. But it turned out to be true. And yeah, I did speak to potential investors, people in the community. People thought it's very strange. I said, I want to build a company that isn't one product, one company. Like one company doing so many different things, so many different products. What are you talking about? Like, there's nothing like that. Focus on the one thing. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. How did I convince other people? First of all, I had my co-founders with me and they believed in it. And I think, that goes a long way, but I want it to be a smooth sailing. It's definitely not. Definitely not. I want it to be success after success, easy peasy, and totally not. It's a challenge. Honest answer or? So in terms of the seed, we actually pitched 20 different investors and we got the one yes. It was really fast process, 3.5 weeks. So when I say it was hard, people kind of laugh, but it is serious, getting 19 no's and still keep going. And being a second timer, which was kind of weird because when I first came, people were sure that I'm gonna do cyber again. But with that, AI, something different, a very bizarre take on the world, it was actually really, really difficult. At some point in time, I actually thought maybe we won't even be able to raise. Luckily, our seed investors believed in us and believed in our idea, and they said, you guys are gonna figure it out. And we haven't moved much from the original thesis. It's almost like the world moved to our very original thesis. At the seed, it was like, okay, I slipped in the tub, I hit my head, I went completely crazy. Why, what happened to Shay? It's very unclear what he's saying. Why should we invest? That was the seed, but we passed that. The A was it's interesting to see how Unframe turned out. The A, I think, was 1 out of 8. No, not 1 actually, 2 or 3 out of 8, so better. The B was different. Everything that happened between OpenAI and Google and Anthropic, that became a lot of fear. How's the market going to turn out? Maybe we should wait. So as soon as they identify some risk, they might go back to saying no. And so it was also a challenge, honestly. But we became a lot more powerful because we have the success, we have the momentum. I think we need to keep executing to perfection because that market is so competitive. We have to excel in every single challenge we're encountering. I think also the culture of Unframe, again, it goes back to providing value instead of taking it, actually making an impact, being fair by people. I think we want to be a role model of a company, and I hope we'll succeed doing that. Every time I'm trying to think what Unframe is and what Unframe is selling, and so obviously there is a concrete, there's software and solutions and all that. But beyond anything, someone asked me, okay, what is Unframe? Like the immediate thing I'm thinking about is all the people that we assemble together. Each one is an expert in their field, knowing how to run things, the product that knows how to engage with customers, the R&D that knows to rely on our tech and evolve it further, the sales that know how to sell to customers, and so on and so on. Like I'm immediately thinking about those functions and the people we have in those functions. And to me, they are Unframe in a weird way. Like those leaders and those people within the teams, they are Unframe more than the raw material, the raw thing. Like that's just how I see it. So I think one of the things I'm most proud of is our expansion with existing customers. And we have this metric that we like to put out, the 400% NRR. We can start with one use case or one segment of their business and really making that AI native. And once they see that, it's almost like the art of the possible. It was very aligned with the way I wanted the outcome to be, obviously, because that's our business model, right? Unframe succeeds only if the customer succeeds. What can be better than that? And so once they get this proof of, yes, this is exactly how it works and it does succeed, then like the sky's the limit. How can we grow this together? They want to do co-sell, co-build, co-partner, everything you can imagine. And that's I think, something that I'm really, really proud of.